Okay folks, today I'm going to show you inside and around this 1972 Muncie M20 transmission. First, let me show you the assembly code here, if I can get to it without spilling gear oil everywhere. So, flip around this way. It is P2, S as in Sam, 22A, and then the partial VIN number there is 032Z110175. And this is a really cool transmission. By 1971, we were into the last version of the Muncie 4-speed, and there was a lot of improvements that happened since it came out in 1963. First of all, up until 65, the main cluster pin support here was a 7/8 inch pin. Starting in 1966, they went up to the 1-inch pin, and pre-1970, and then everything but the 70 rock crusher had a smaller output shaft. Starting in 1971, they all went to the same output shaft that the M22 used. It's this large one, which used a special tail housing to go along with it, which is 3978764. So this is really the top of the line Muncie. This is after they figured out all the bugs, everything got worked out. This is the one. And anyway, it's an M20. That's what the A on the code is, and then these two grooves indicate it's a wide ratio M20. The wide ratio is what most guys want, even though they don't think they do. Most guys say, hey, the close ratio, that's the hot transmission, that's what I want. The fact is the close ratio has a higher first gear, and if you don't have something like 410 gears or numerically higher, then the car's just not going to run right. It's going to buck off of first gear just because it doesn't have enough gear to get off the line, especially anything that has a decent cam or something in it. So you're better off having the wide ratio transmission for most any applications. And yeah, so anyway, the only flaw I saw in this transmission is a hairline crack right here. And it almost looks like there's a mounting plate that bolts on here for like a Hurst shifter, and it looks like someone over torqued or used too long of a bolt, probably is what happened, and it just started a crack that started its way up here. I only see it on this one side. Nothing looks out of whack, so frankly, I mean, you could just V into it, weld it right when it's still on the transmission. You could put sealer on it. There's a lot of different things you could do. I'm just going to leave it up to the person who buys it, decides what to do with that. There's no other brakes, welds, modifications, anything like that on this transmission. Oh, one other thing that's going on is this this lower boss, the threads are fairly weak. The other two are really nice. This one's fairly weak, so you can see it, the bolt just falls in for the first couple threads. It does hold a bolt, but you can see how wobbly it is. So it's going to need to be helicoiled or repaired somehow. These threads are good. Transmission's never been scraped on the ground or anything like that. All four ears have never been welded or messed with. The cluster pin here is not all peened or doesn't have silicone over it or something indicating it was loose. Even the original French locks are still on the bearing retainer here, and it's still the original bearing retainer. It's 3915020. Anyway, just a real nice transmission, real clean inside. You'll see more in the pictures, but you can see here, 2-finger rotation, really nice. Everything looks really good. The all of the teeth look really nice on the engagement teeth and on the brass. Everything just looks really good. And yeah, I'm going to show you going through all the gears here just so you can see that it goes through with no sloppiness or binding. Right now we're in neutral. You can see there's nothing funky. And yeah, we'll just go one at a time. So there we are there. Still 2 fingers. Really nice. No chipped teeth or corroded teeth, anything like that. Just a real nice box here. And then sometimes this is hard with one hand, but we'll get it. Okay, there we are. Show you here. I'm going to turn him back here. Very nice. Okay, next. Boom. Same deal. Just really nice, guys. Just really, really nice. And then finally, this one's kind of the hard one. I may have to put the camera down for this one because it's just hard to get my hand in there. Nope, I got it. Okay. Again, 2 fingers. Nice and smooth, no weird sloppiness or binding or crunching. Just real nice, guys. And we'll go back to neutral. We'll find my friend the crescent wrench. Put him right here on the reverse. Put it in reverse. And now you'll see everything is going to move opposite. Again, 2 fingers. Reverse is always a little bit more stiff just because there's a lot more parts moving against each other. But you can see we're turning in this direction. And back here we're going that way. Anyway, just a really nice 1972 Muncie M20 4-speed transmission. If you've been looking for one, don't miss this one. They rarely come up like this anymore. Again, you do have this little guy to contend with, but it's a fairly minor unit, and then this weak thread. But besides that, just a really, really nice original Muncie. Don't miss it, guys.